Okay, so we are recording. It's Tuesday night, team training night. Hope you all are doing well. We are continuing our conversation on customer follow-up, and we're also really just barely going to touch on follow-up tonight. Going to give you some tips and tricks, but then we're going to move on into customer service, which is also part of the follow-up. So I'm really excited about this topic. I don't think tonight will take an entire hour. Sometimes we get I'll say get long-winded, but I don't think that tonight I will be. So a couple things I wanted to cover though before we get started. So let me make sure that you guys know all these things. So I want to know something you're celebrating, because we like to do this on there. So tell me in the chat box something you're celebrating. It can be anything. It could be that it rained or it snowed, or that you stayed home with your kids today, or that you booked a party, or that you got a sale, or you have a new recruit. It could be anything. So tell me what you're celebrating. We all have, I'm sure, something to celebrate. That's one of our motto words with 31 gifts. For me, as you're thinking about what you're celebrating, I am celebrating that I have a party bash on Thursday night. I honestly had thought my hostesses were going to decide that they didn't want to continue the party because we were having issues with the event. But they both really want the rolling weekender. So we're going to do a live 31-minute Facebook party on Thursday night. So I'm super excited. So that's what I'm celebrating. So what are you guys celebrating? Type something in the chat box. Carla has a coworker who placed an order today, get something for his wife. That is awesome, Carla. I'm also celebrating that those 2 new bags are on sale. I'm trying to decide what I want. So I'm pretty excited about that. Congratulations, Miss Carla. If you guys are thinking about it here. Oh, my computers are going down. Okay, I'll let you guys type, but I'm going to get my notes here. Okay, guys, we are 1 week away. Oh my gosh, this computer. Sorry. 1 week away from the $31 kit going away. So if you have anybody interested or still kind of on the fence and still wondering about that $31 kit, it's available till next Tuesday. So they have to join by midnight that night in order to be able to have the $31 option. So that is something that's going on. Also, if you've not registered for a Better Together event in your area, registration is going on until the 31st, so next Tuesday as well. So you can pick any location that's near you, and for those who are newer, that is a great way to connect with local 31 consultants, get some tips and tricks and training from a local leader, and it's always a great time to get together with those who have a passion about 31 just like the rest of us. And so if you're looking to find a location, you can actually log on to 31today.com, click on Scoop, and click on Better Together, and it will show you how to find a meeting in your area. So don't forget to register. Super important that you get registered so we have a count of who is coming. And sometimes there's handouts that home office sends us. So just want to make sure that you guys get registered. So have you all registered on here? You registered the first day? Nice. Way to go, Evelyn. I know Carla, I think, is registered. Michelle and Kelsey, are you guys registered? Mine is going to be here at my house as long as the hubby is out of town for business. Otherwise, we'll try a different location. I have a sick husband right now. So, yep, you did today. Awesome. Okay, so mine is, I don't remember. The 15th or the 16th? The 15th, I think, a Wednesday. I think. Yeah, he's been sick almost this entire month. So, anyways, okay, so that's going on. Opportunity webinars are happening every single night. So if you have somebody who is kind of also on the fence again about joining, guys, send them to that opportunity webinar. Let them hear from our home office staff, and then follow up with them as far as questions and things. The 20 for 20 sale is going on through the end of the month. As you know, there are 2 new items available from the spring catalog, and I put a challenge out there this evening. To try, you know, all it takes is either 3 of the cafe crossbodies equal a $200 party, which means you get $50 in commission. You also get a $50 mystery gift. You get to share the excitement about the new catalog, and you also can earn the hostess rewards if you want to keep the hostess rewards for yourself. If you wanted to do 5 of the Clear as Day duo sets, you would also get a $200 party. So those are going to be available from now and through the next catalog expiration date. So we have a long time for those, but it's always exciting to get those in our customers' hands before anyone else. One of the things I was thinking about today when I was thinking about how I wanted to share them with my customers is really just, you know, finding out if anybody wants to go ahead and get them now so they can kind of be my test product ladies. And then say, you know, the first 3 people who purchase a cafe crossbody, I'm going to send you a special gift. It doesn't have to be anything big, or maybe $10 to use towards a future purchase in the new catalog. Offer them a new catalog, and then ask them to fill out some kind of survey or questionnaire that you have about it and what they like and don't like about it, so you could share it at future parties. So just something that I was kind of brainstorming today. I don't know if I'm going to do it yet. I'm kind of still thinking about it, but I may talk about it at my party on Thursday, or I may just talk about it in my VIP group. So food for thought. Okay, so guys, let's get started here. How is everybody doing as far as the follow-up goes? We've talked, let's see, the last 2 weeks all about follow-up. So I want to know if anybody has set up a follow-up binder like I have. It doesn't have to look exactly the same, but anybody have a follow-up binder? Or anybody working on follow-up? Now, like, there's a few newer girls, so you don't have customers to follow up with yet, and so that's totally fine, but this helps prepare you for when you do get your first customer. Anybody set up theirs yet or thinking about it? I'm going to take a drink. Well, if you haven't, you can definitely, you're working on it. Okay. You can definitely continue to watch the videos that we've put on our YouTube channel to figure out, go back and review them and see the process that I've been doing. I will be very honest with you that since I put this together, I have been following up on a consistent basis. So I'm going back through my parties in November, and I really wasn't in the office this weekend, so I didn't get follow-up done. And I forgot to grab my folders, and so I pulled them all yesterday, and I sat down. It took me not even an hour, and I went through literally this whole, if you guys can see it, all these order forms here. So basically, kind of to give you an idea of what I did for parties. So this is not just, so retail orders is one thing. That's just following up individually with someone. For a party order, I decided to try it right now, blind copying all the customers, but it's still kind of personal because like the mess, so let me read you here. Let me just read this to you. So for instance, Christine and Kenna are a mother-daughter who actually hosts parties for me. And so my email was to all of the people who purchased, whether online or at the party, and I blind copied them all. So I put all these emails in. I think there was 10 of them, 12 of them. And then the topic or the subject line said, following up from Christine and Kenna's 31 gifts party. So that was the subject line so that those who were receiving the email knew what I was emailing them about. I'm not comfortable calling yet because I really didn't do a 2-week follow-up with any of these ladies. And so I kind of just wanted to start somewhere. So I started with just sending an email 2 months later. So then my email said, "Hi there, I wanted to touch base with you about the order you placed back in November at Christine and Kenna's 31 Gifts Party. It has been a couple of months and I wanted to make sure you're still loving the products you purchased. Our new spring and summer catalog launches on February 1st. Would you like me to put one in the mail for you?" And so I sent out all these emails today. Not all of them have responded back to me, but there have been some that I would have never thought about sending a catalog to, and so I'm so excited because they're newer customers that I had just met at their party. If they're on Facebook and they've ordered from me, I sent them a message today. I also did that to my hostesses who's hosted this past year, said, "Hey, want to make sure your 31 products are still working out for you. It's been over 2 months. I just wanted to check in. The new catalog comes out. I'm sending some out at the end of the week. Can I send you one?" Ending it with a question. And every single person I've asked for that, they are all like, "I love my products. Yes, I need to see a new catalog." So it's all about just asking and following up. And I'm finding that if I do that, my chances are pretty good that they're going to say yes to me. The one thing I will say that I forgot to do in the emails that I sent today was I did forget to put in the bottom to join my VIP group. And I think I just need to go in and tweak my email at the bottom to just have that line on there to find out about the latest outlet sales and things like that. Join my VIP group, so they can just click that button. But I will say that I also had created a Google form for a survey to see if anybody is interested in getting a catalog, and I put that on my customer group and also on my business person page, and I inserted that link at the bottom of the email. So they could either click that link, fill it out. I've had one person fill it out tonight, it looks like, or they could just respond back to me, "Yes, I would love one." And so really simple and easy. And I will say that calling, I think, would be even better because they hear your voice. And we're going to kind of talk about that tonight, or leaving a Facebook voice message. So that's kind of where I'm at with following up as far as my orders go. I'm starting a new system with my leads and things next month. The system I already showed you guys, but I really haven't put it into play yet. I was waiting till the first of the month. But literally every morning or every afternoon or every evening, guys, this doesn't take long. And that's what I want to make sure everybody understands when it comes to follow up. You know, following up is income producing stuff we're doing because it could produce extra income later on. And so before you go searching for graphics on Facebook or any other place, or before you go searching for anything, before you know, we get so distracted with social media, before you do anything else for 31, besides a training, okay, because we all like to train. If you've got a customer who's ordered from you, you've got to create some type of follow-up system, because guys, that is where that's where your return business comes. That's where it stands out. You stand out, and we're going to talk about that tonight as far as customer service goes. But I just really, really encourage you to think about that. Like, it does not take me long. And as I've been doing this each week, I feel more and more comfortable. Like, I just literally come up here each morning before I do anything, before I answer any emails, before I do anything, and I pull that binder down. Now today I had a conference call this morning, and then I answered some messages, but I had set it an hour on my calendar saying, no, from 12 to 1, you are going to do follow-up. No distractions, turn everything off. That's what you're doing. And that's what I did. To me, I am not good at it. And sometimes it feels like there's so many other things I could be doing. But the thing that I always ask myself, I've been doing this since the beginning of the year, and Carla was at my local training, so she knows what I'm talking about, is what I'm doing helping make this a winning day? Is what I'm doing helping me make a winning week and a winning month and a winning year for my personal business? So if for instance, today I got distracted because if you're local to Kansas City, you know we lost a Royals player in a car accident, and I am a huge Royals fan, and I started clicking on the live links and I started bawling, and then my husband came home sick and I got distracted, and nothing was making me have a winning day or a winning week. Like, it wasn't. It was a sad day, and I moved forward, and honestly, like if I just cut off social media, I would have been fine. But I was so like overwhelmed by it and everything that I like literally then had to pull myself away and go, no, you need to make this a winning day. So how did it become a winning day for me? I sat for an hour without anything else on in the quiet, because that's how I focus the best, besides the dog snoring. And I sent those follow-up messages. And I can tell you, because I did that, I have an entire list. I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I have 10 people that want catalogs. 10 people then I can follow up with again, because those 10 people I've pulled from this binder, and now they're going to get a sheet in my other binder for my leads and follow-ups, because we're starting a new year, starting a new time of the catalog. So now I need to follow up, say, hey, do you like the catalog? We've got this coming up on special for hostesses. What do you think about having your own girls' night? So gives me another opportunity to follow up with them. So I just want you to really think about, you've got 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Seriously, do it every day. It won't, to me, it was overwhelming today because I had like 5 days worth of catching up. But if I do it every single day, guys, every single day, and make that a habit and make it something that you are consistent at. And the more that we're consistent, the easier it becomes. So along with follow-up is, guess what? Customer service. So I really wanted to talk about customer service this month, but I know I put on the topics that we're going to talk about time management. Time management, I'm going to cover next week, the very end of the month. And I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I will provide some tools and things for time management. But tonight I really wanted to just share, it takes 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes to do follow-up. And then after that, go look for the graphics that you want to post in your customer group or on Facebook. After that, then go fiddle around in our team group. Then after that, do a 31-minute training. But the follow-up is the key to a successful business. It truly is, and it can change your business if your business isn't where you want it, as far as if you've got customers and you just haven't been doing the follow-up. So now customer service, on the other hand, is something that we really have to think about, because here's the deal, ladies. We're not the only 31 gift consultants. Surprise, if you didn't realize that. We are not the only ones. There's thousands of us in the US and also in Canada. And I love that. I don't ever feel saturated. I hate that word. I don't believe in it. I truly don't believe in it. But the thing is what I do want to make a point of is that there are people in the cities around you that are 31 gifts consultants. And more than likely, if they're on social media, somehow, some way, they've either been invited to a 31 gift online party, or they know about 31 some way. Okay. Now there are times where people don't know about us, and it just shocks me, but we have to do things differently, right? For customer service, in order for us to be stood out, in order for those people that we come in contact with to do things differently. Like, we have to let them know that we're going to take care of them. And so tonight we're going to kind of go over that, what will really set you apart. But it's really good customer service. It's really about the good customer service. So let me start with the warm market. I meant to make slides, and I didn't make slides. So here's the deal. Let's talk about a warm market first, okay? So when you first start your business, more than likely, most of the time, your family and friends are naturally probably going to be your first customers and hosts, right? Most of the time. They already know you, they already like you, and they trust you. Most of the time. Most of the time. Once someone becomes a customer, guys, they are a part of your warm market. So we have to provide excellent customer service and make them a customer for life, right? That's one of the things that we truly have to do. That's one of the things that I feel like I do have in my business is if I have a customer, I want to make sure they know that I am their 31 girl. That's why I sign every email message. I sign every note I put in the mail to them. I am their 31 girl. Your 31 girl or your 31 consultant, Dana. Always sign it like that, because I want them to know that I want to be their person forever, for as long as I'm in this business, which is going to be a long time. So it's great that we have our family and friends and things like that, right, that do that hosting, but the truly sustainable thing for our business is not going to be our family and friends. I can tell you that my family and friends are not what sustain my business. They're not. It's other people that I've met throughout the business. Now, here's the thing. There are some people that don't have the support of family and friends, and so it will all work out. But your first launch party or your first party of the season could really throw you for a loop if it doesn't go well. It could really be frustrating and get yourself down on that. But we have to make sure that we can connect you with other people to make it a warm market so that you can give this your all and you can continue to build your business. So let me move on to the next. Okay, so being likable and trusted. Here's the deal. To kind of move people into your warm market, no matter how long you've been with this business, people need to be exposed to you and they need to feel like they want to know you. They want to know about your new business and why you're so excited and passionate about 31. They want to know why did you, if you're brand new, why did you sign up with this company? If you stuck with us for 5 or 6 years, why have you been with that company for so long? What is it that really makes you want to continue your 31 business? So one of the things we have to do is we really have to take the time to get to know people, right? So we have to find out more about their interests, their family, etc. And we have to be friendly and show our personality. Now, if you are only on social media and you're now out doing home parties, then we have to use social media to our advantage, and we have to get people to like you, know you, trust you, and want to do business with you in a totally different way than in person. I would much rather, oh my gosh, I would do home parties all the time versus doing online parties because I get to interact with people. Now, I will say social media is powerful and awesome and wonderful because I am able to now leave voice messaging over Facebook, or I'm able to make videos and go live so people can see my personality. That's a big deal, right? But it does take some work. So let me get to... The thing is, with being likable and trusted, we have to make content, especially on Facebook, that makes them wanting to come back, makes them want to keep coming back for more. So if you're quirky, be quirky, because that probably makes people know you. Like, my family knows I'm quirky. My sister will comment from time to time on the videos that I do. People know that. Like, I'm not afraid of who I am. I'm not. I'm short. I have crooked teeth. It drives me crazy. Half the time, I don't like a pimple on my face. I get gray hairs right back here. I am 41 years old, and I can beat myself up all day about why people don't like me. But I have to put myself past all of that and go, no, that's not who God created me to be. I am confident. I am strong. I am Dana, Tracy, for a reason. And those people who want to be a part of me and be a part of my business and be a part of my life are going to love me regardless of the flaws that I think I have. And so you just have to tell yourself. Sometimes you have to do some self-talk, right? The thing I will say, though, too, is I try very hard on social media to not talk about politics, not talk about anything truly, unless it's a death of some sort, like our Royals, beloved Royals player Ace that passed away. I try not to talk about anything that's going on in the public. You won't see me post about elections. You won't see me post if I'm a Republican or a Democrat or whatever, a liberal, whatever. You won't see me post it. You won't see me liking any posts normally. Of that sort, because my customers can see it. You won't see me commenting on things like that because my customers will see it, and I'm friends with my customers, and I have customers on both sides of the board, and I'm playing it safe. I just choose not to bring any kind of negativity into what I'm posting out there on social media. I know people believe one way or another in a lot of things, but I really want you to think about your customers are watching you, and you may turn some of your customers away if you're posting things, just being honest. And so I see my customers post something I totally disagree with, and sometimes I want to yell and scream, but I say, I'm not supposed to yell and scream. I'm not supposed to argue with them. I'm supposed to love them as my 31 Gifts customer or my friend from college or whatever, and that's fine. I don't use swear words, so you'll never see me do that. I truly always try to post something positive. Very rarely will I post anything negative. I don't think I really try not to ever post anything negative, because it's a reflection of me, and I want people to always think I'm positive and upbeat and they want to be around me. Okay, so I would encourage you to think about that, especially when you're using social media. That goes especially for, I friend people all the time that I've met at parties, and so my friend requests them, but then the first thing I'm doing is either bashing a political party, or I'm bashing some person on the internet, or I'm voicing my opinion strongly about something that I believe in, but they oppose to. They may not want to no longer be my customer because of the opinions that I'm so opinionated about on social media. So I just caution you when you're thinking about all of that. Okay, let's see. Moving forward. Whoops, I just passed it. So building relationships. Loyal customers, they don't just come back and they don't simply recommend you. They insist that, they insist that their friends do business with you. So these are loyal customers. So let me say that again. Loyal customers, they're not just going to come back. They don't simply recommend you. They insist that their friends do business with you. That's a definition of a loyal customer. They love you as their 31 consultant. They know how well you treat them. They feel like a VIP. They are loyal. They may go to other events, see a 31 consultant, but as soon as they walk up to that table, they're going to be like, oh, my 31 girl, she takes care of me. Like, she spoils us. I will never not use her because she's so amazing. It's not that they're going to bash the other consultant, but they are loyal to you. I have those in my business. I hope that you girls will get those in your business if you don't already. They know that you were their person, that once that you share those sneak peeks with them, that you give them their catalogs first right off. Those are the loyal people that are going to continue to tell their friends, girl, you've got to talk with my 31 Gifts consultant because she's amazing. That's going to help you build your warm market. Okay, so along with building relationships, one of the things I wanted to share with you is that face-to-face relationships, I talked about this earlier, is a much easier way to build those relationships. So that is home parties, okay? That's one-on-one appointments or consultations or whatever you want to call it with people that maybe you meet at a coffee shop and you're discussing the opportunity to join, or you're discussing just hosting a party, or even just sharing some of your new kit products. That is anything that you do with like a fundraiser in person, that is. That's anything to do with any type of vendor event. Those are building relationships in person. So those are typically going to result in higher sales, usually. And they're going to be a result too of, like I said, building those relationships. What I love about that is that people see you in person and they see your spunkiness, or, that you have such a passion for products or organization or helping women succeed or whatever your passion is. And they can see that. They walk up to your vendor table and you've got this little smile on your face and you're just so excited to share with them the new products for the season. Maybe you're at a home party and you just make sure you add value. You add a compliment to every single person that walks into that room. They are going to want to build a relationship with you because you're making them feel good, okay? Same thing if you go to like Target or Walmart or the grocery store or wherever you may be shopping and you're standing in line. Think about the lines around Christmas time. And people are in front of you. Most of the time, people don't interact with one another. But if you look down, you see her shoes and they're cute, or you love the sweater she's got on, compliment them. That starts building that relationship. And it's much easier to do in person than on social media. So, Now, as far as social media goes, it's a little bit harder, right? So it's important for people to see your face. That's the one thing I want to talk about first. They need to be able to connect with you, not your dog, not your children, not your husband, not your house, not anything like that. So what you will see, a couple of tips for you if you're wanting to start building relationships, is your personal profile picture should be you. Okay? Now, if you want to put a picture of you and your family, okay, I will say that's okay. But if you're friend requesting people you're meeting at events or people you're meeting at parties, they're going to remember your face, not your family's. They're going to remember your face, not your dog or your cat. They're going to remember your face, not your favorite baseball team. They're going to remember your face, okay? So I want to encourage you to really think about your profile picture, okay? That little one that pops up when they're searching for you. Make that picture your brand. Make that picture be you. Because they need to be able to connect with you. So people are, if I just had like a logo of something, for instance, the logo of our team on my profile picture, and somebody meets me at a party and I friend request them when I get home, more than likely they're not going to know who I am. First of all, my name has my maiden name and in my Facebook name. So it's a long name that nobody knows. And then my profile picture, if it wasn't me, they couldn't connect. Oh yeah, I met her at Christine's party. Oh yeah, I want to be friends with her. The other thing is that what I do like now that we do have videos on social media is that we can introduce ourselves through videos, not only at parties, but if you've created a VIP group, if you created any kind of business person page, anything like that, guys. You know, there's also the feature to go live on your personal page. And I'm not saying do this all the time, sprinkling in like 1 out of every 7 or 8 posts, something about 31 and what you love about your new business or your business with 31. But there is a live feature and you could share your heart. I've seen some of our girls do it and they do it very tastefully. They do it very professionally. It's not like, I'm not talking professional like the camera lighting and the stand and everything, but they just share their heart. Hey guys, I just joined 31 and I would love to have you support me in my new business. I'm looking to grow my business, and if you or someone you know are looking for a 31 gifts consultant, please refer them because I would greatly appreciate that. I know that I can come to you first, my Facebook friends, for some help. And so that's what I'm doing and putting it out there. Don't be afraid of the video because the video is powerful. People will watch videos more than any post that you post out there. So the same goes if you're doing any kind of party. So a lot of you this week probably have a Facebook party going on, right? Because our home office is doing one. Probably, more than likely, you're copying or you're sharing the posts from the Facebook party onto your event. Guys, take some time tomorrow. Go on live. Tell your friends and family that you've got, they're going to be curious that you're live, especially if you don't go live very often. Go on live on your event page. Share your excitement. If you're a brand new consultant, share why you joined 31 and why you're so excited, and let them know, hey, I need some help. This is my event. I need some help. And if you can't personally help me, maybe you can give me a referral. I would greatly appreciate referrals. And then also share what products you're excited about for the spring and the summer, right? So there's lots of opportunity, and it doesn't have to be, don't be long-winded. Take 2-3 minutes at the most. Because most people are going to lose their concentration on videos after those 2 or 3 minutes. For me, I'm doing 2-minute live videos about products. Now, I only went live this morning on mine. I didn't get it done this afternoon, this evening, but I have been sharing the post from the home office page. And what I love is the ladies are finally starting to comment on the videos I did yesterday. So for instance, the Rolling Weekender video I did. And so I would encourage you to not be afraid of those. If you've got your new kit, girls, you ought to be flaunting that on a live video. So tomorrow, because I was able to purchase a new kit, that was part of the opportunity. If you add a new team members, at least 3 within 3, let me say this again. If you added a new team member, 3 out of the 6 months, so at least 1, 3. So I added 1 in July, added 1 in August, I added 1 in September, then 3 out of the 6 months time frame, you got to purchase a kit for $99. So I went ahead and did that, and I've got it coming tomorrow. So on my event, I'm going to share with them the kit because there's still people who want to join our team. And so I'm going to be live about that. So if you have not done that, I encourage you to do that. That also helps people see you guys. They see your voice, they hear your voice, they see your face, and they want to be a part of it. Something else about going the extra mile. So we have to set ourselves apart from every other 31 Gifts consultant, right? We talked about that at the very beginning. So we really have to think about what are some things that we can do. One of those things that you can do is video, okay? We also can set ourselves apart by offering some type of referral program if you wanted to do that. I do that for my customers. If they send me someone who purchases or orders from me, my customers get $10 to spend later on. Never expires, but they have to turn it back into me because I don't keep track of them. So I offer $10. If they refer a new team member to me, I give them $25 to spend whenever. I offer things for people who book parties off parties because our company does not have any kind of incentive for that. So usually at my parties, I offer $10 for every single person who books off the hostess, and that hostess that is holding the party currently then gets to have $10 at every single person. So if 5 people book at her party, she gets $50, but she only gets to use them $10 at a time. So she has $10 to spend at all 5 parties. Makes sense? So if they don't hold the party, she doesn't get the $10 to spend. That's kind of the way it works for my system. The other thing as far as going the extra mile is helping our customers with any and all issues, even if they're unhappy with a product. It really rarely happens that I have a customer unhappy with a product, but if they are, I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that they're happy. Let me give you an example of something that I went above and beyond. Not bragging. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just giving you an example of something that I've done for my customer recently. So I have a hostess who her friend had signed up and was a part of our team for a while, and she went inactive. It's been over, I don't know, it's been a while now. But anyways, when her friend was a consultant, this girl had a party for her. She got one of the slingback bags, and it ripped the first time using it. Well, this consultant is no longer a consultant. I had called home office to find out if we could swap it out. Unfortunately, the pattern that she had was no longer available, and they were just going to give her like a $15 credit. And I knew she wanted that tote. So I had a black one here at my house. She had come here for something else. I had forgotten about it, but she asked me while she was here about something else. And I said, oh my gosh, let me tell you, I'm so sorry. I got distracted with Christmas time and stuff, but here's the deal. I can't get it because she's no longer a consultant. She's like, that's what I figured. It's okay. And I said, no, I don't want you to go without this bag. So here, just take mine. Because the reality is I can buy another one at half price at some point on a party that somebody's not using a half price item, or I can use some hostess credit that I get at some point when I'm hosting my own party. But I wanted to make sure she was happy, and she would, like, I know she would never bad talk 31 or me, but I want to make sure that I go above and beyond what I was called to do. I could have just given her the $15 credit, but I wanted her to have that tote. The other thing about going the extra mile is we can respond in a timely manner to questions. Now, that does not mean, here, let me just time out for a minute. I have customers who will message me at midnight. No joke. It's not to me acceptable. It's not acceptable to me to message me at midnight the last day of the month trying to place an order. They all know I have a website, but I have some customers who refuse to go to the website. They'd rather go through me. So I've had to do some loving customer service to them, letting them know that my bedtime is such and such, and that I do not take calls after such and such. And so just explaining that to them, it has kind of helped with that whole ordeal. However, if someone messages me, I'm going to respond within 24 hours. Okay, that's kind of my rule of thumb. And so My voicemail, I think, even says that I'll call back within 24 to 48 hours. And then my email, I make sure I respond within 24 hours at the very latest. Why I share all this about going the extra miles, guys, is because great customer service is going to equal repeat sales. It really just is. And so it doesn't cost money, hardly any money, to offer the extra mile of great customer service. It just really takes some time, putting some food for thought in your head and go, okay, how do I want to stand out? How do I want to make sure that my customers know that I'm going to go that extra mile and I'm going to take care of them regardless? We have to be making sure that we show gratitude and we say thank you to them as well. That's a big, big deal, guys. Let me get here. Saying thank you to our customers, which ties into the follow-up of what we've been talking about these last couple of weeks, is huge. Like today, the people that responded to me have been customers of mine for years, but the fact that I took time to ask them if they're liking their products 2 months later, I know it stood out to them because they were like, oh my gosh, yeah, of course I love my products. You know how much I love 31, and yes, I need a new catalog. But taking that extra time to just say, hey, I appreciate you. I do also sign my emails a lot, especially the first email when I send the order confirmation, is I make sure my customers know I appreciate your business. I say that. I want to make sure they understand that because my business is nothing without my customers. And so making sure they understand. Okay, so how to find customers. Let's talk about this just for a minute. Because sometimes you don't have a warm market and you need to figure out, how do I get some customers, right? So of course we know the parties, the online parties, the catalog parties, the Facebook parties, the home parties, etc. Obviously those are typically our normal. Those are the ones where we're going to get more customers usually is at the home parties. However, the next thing that you can do is look for local vendor events in your area. And I try to do vendor events. I do them more in the fall than I do in the spring. But finding vendor events where you can set up and share information about 31. We're going to talk about vendor events later on this spring too in more detail, but really that's where you're going to meet additional people who may have never heard about 31 before. You can find customers on social media platforms, so Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook. You could start a blog if you wanted to and start sharing with your customers. Word of mouth is always great, right? Let everybody know. And if you've got many catalogs and you go into a store, hand the cashier a catalog on your way out and let her know you appreciated her customer service and that you have a new business and you would love to share this. Have they ever heard of 31? Ask them that. Have you ever heard of 31? Oh my gosh, I just started this business. Can I leave this catalog with you? Make sure you put your information on it, but that's another option. Advertise at hair salons, boutiques. You guys can leave your mini catalogs anywhere you want. I leave my full-size catalogs at my hair salon. Asking for referrals, we talked about that already. Be the walking advertisement. So if you're not carrying the products that we have, you need to be carrying those products so that people can compliment you on them. Be sure and add new Facebook friends. I'm not saying go through people, just start adding people. But one of the things you could do is either join a gym, join a networking group, join some type of mommy group. You could also look for, like, if you're into scrapbooking, look for scrapbooking groups on Facebook, or look for a hobby that you like, or maybe mother of preschool group that's on Facebook, and click to join and start interacting with the people within the group. As you do that, then you become friends and you build those relationships, and then you can send those friend requests on social media. So I just kind of wanted to give you some brainstorming ideas here at the end of the night about how to find those customers. It does take time. It doesn't happen it doesn't happen every night, does it? Now, here are some goals, and these are pretty lofty goals, but I just thought I would share with you to kind of show you the potentials of how many people you could typically meet. For online parties, you could do anywhere from 1 online party a month all the way up to, God forbid, 15 parties online every single month. You could do 1 home party every single month or do 8 home parties every single month. It's up to you. What is your goal? What do you want to do? So typically I look at my calendar and I say, I want to have 4 to 6 home parties and I want to have 2 to 3 online parties. That's usually one of my goals. That does not have to be yours. But this is how it's super vital to keep your network growing and add to your warm market, okay, is by doing parties, whether that's only on social media or that's social media and in-home. You're going to find new hostesses, lifelong customers, and you're even going to find new teammates. Flip my screen. Now here's where the value of parties comes in. So let's just use the large number, for instance. Let's say you're doing 15 home parties a month, okay? And you have 7 people buy at each party, okay? That's going to equal 105 new people in your warm market each month, okay? Each month. Now let's say 1 out of 4 people book a party and 1 out of 10 people join your team, because that's kind of the statistic of you ask 1 in 10 is usually what happens. I want you to really think about that though, because even if you did 2 home parties and 1 online party, that's 3 parties, and you've got 7 people buying at each party. 7 times 3, right, is 21. That's 21 new people in your warm market every single month. See the power of numbers and see how that works? So I just want to make sure you understand the value of the parties. The main thing we have to do as far as customer service, again, is to be consistent, focus on the actions, not the end result. That's one of the things I can't stress enough. Here's a quote by Jim Rohn, and it says, "One customer that is well taken care of could be more valuable than any $10,000 worth of advertising." Okay? One customer who's taken care of, well taken care of by you, their 31 consultant, could be more valuable than any $10,000 ad that you take out. That's how important, and that's why we're starting 2017 with customer follow-up and customer service, because I know it's so valuable for all of our businesses. I think that's it. Any questions, guys? It's kind of long-winded. I said I wasn't going to take an hour, and it's already 9:50. I'm sorry. Don't get frustrated. Make sure we're being consistent. And also, guys, like, it doesn't matter. Like, focus on being consistent in whatever you're doing. So if that's 3 contacts a day, that's 3 contacts a day. For me, being consistent right now means I pull that folder out for follow-up and I follow up. Same with when I get my catalogs mailed out, I'm going to be following up. I'm going to do the 2-2-2 system, 2-day, 2-week, 2-month follow-up. I'm going to follow up with them and be consistent about it. I'm not worried about the end result. I'm not worried about what parties I got on the calendar. I'm not worried about how many new team members we add. I'm not worried about that. I'm just doing the work. I'm leaving the outcome to God, doing the work, leaving the outcome to God, doing the work, leaving the outcome to God. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to follow up every single day. And if I get a calendar that is like super, super busy, I'll address that when it happens. And if I don't get any parties right now, guess what? That doesn't mean they're not on the horizon in the next month or the next 2 months. So that's that, guys. Questions? Long-winded. I love customer service. The more I've been like doing all these things, I'm super excited about it because I know how much it can take your business to the next level. So I'm so excited we're focusing on this, and I can't wait to see our team implement this in this next year, because it's going to be powerful and amazing. I don't see any questions. Well, thanks for sticking out with me tonight. It was super fun to hang out. Don't forget, we have lots of stuff going on. One of the things I'll make sure and remind you all is to register for Better Together if you haven't. And 2, be sure and check that calendar that's on 31today.com, because that shows you all the dates, important dates, anything that's going on home office-wise, so you won't ever miss out on anything. So, and of course, if you need something, just feel free to message me. So have a good night, guys. Bye.